have a lot of videos on what to do for mucus, especially upper respiratory mucus, sinuses. But this video is going to give you another tip that is very, very powerful. And I think you'll like it, and it's very effective. So if you have postnasal drip, chronic rhinitis, or sinusitis, or sinus pressure, or sinus headaches, or cluster headaches, or even sinus allergies, okay, this can apply to you. An average person might do the steroids, they might do medication, which always creates more side effects, or they might do the surgery, and the complications from that are pretty huge. But there's another thing you can do that is very powerful, and you can either do it as a nasal spray, or you can consume this food. And I'm talking about like hot peppers, like cayenne, or other hot, spicy peppers. Now, there's this thing called pepper spray, which is kind of like a weapon against people, and you spray it in their eyes. We're not talking about that concentration. We're talking about a very, very diluted cayenne pepper, or it could be horseradish or other types of pepper in a spray that can greatly improve your sinuses. And I'm going to talk about this. The main phytonutrient in these peppers that is doing all the magic is called capsaicin. You know, when you eat these hot peppers, it's that phytonutrient that creates this hot sensation. It has nothing to do with increasing the temperature. It's all a chemical signal that tells the brain that it's very hot. And it's the plant's defense mechanism to get predators to not eat that plant. And so there's different levels of hot, okay? But what's interesting is that the tarantula venom uses the same pathway. And so that would make sense, because there are peppers that are so hot that it'll literally like burn your mouth, and it can create a serious problem with your breathing and everything else. You know, like you're sweating, and some people can tolerate them, some people don't. But there's some great research on what capsaicin can do for your sinuses. Other people get it as a cream, and they put it on their body for pain and arthritis and like rheumatoid or osteo or even gout. But there's actually nasal sprays that have some cayenne pepper, very diluted, or a concentrated extract, giving you this capsaicin that you can spray into your sinuses. And so if you look at the research, it can definitely help purge mucus from your sinuses. It will help drain off this mucus versus some of the medications that suppress the mucus. This one kind of purges it out, but it then reduces the nasal hyperreactivity. So you're going to find that your mucous membranes are not reacting nearly as much as they were before to the environment, whether it's an allergy or something else that's creating this mucus. So it can help open the sinuses, drain the sinuses, and it can help desensitize the mucous membranes. Okay, so they, like I said before, now they're not as sensitive. So that irritation, that redness, that inflammation goes away. Not to mention having another property of antimicrobial. So many people who have chronic sinus problems, chronic rhinitis, have like a fungus growing in their sinuses, or even a bacterial infection. Now, you have a couple choices. You can use it as a nasal spray, or you can start consuming these peppers, okay? And it will create a very similar effect. I tried an experiment long ago, which I will never repeat. I actually drank 12 ounces of daikon radish juice, okay? And I had so much mucus drainage. I didn't even know that much mucus could be drained out of your sinuses, but it just came out. And then I noticed about an hour later, boy, it just dried right up. So radishes can be used too. They're pretty spicy, and any peppers that are hot will do the trick. Now, sometimes when people consume these peppers, it's so hot they have to neutralize this this hot burning in their mouth, so they start drinking more water. Water is just going to intensify this hot sensation. Another remedy, which is even better than milk, but milk will help neutralize it, okay? Some people use ice cream, but I recommend milk. But there's something even better than milk, because it's the casein, the milk protein, that is the antidote, okay, to this burning sensation in the receptors. So what has the most casein? And the answer is cottage cheese. That's right. Cottage cheese is just loaded with casein. But I wanted to give you another remedy that you can do if you have this chronic sinus problem. That's pretty easy and it's pretty highly effective. I've done another video on mucus, not just in the sinuses, but mucus that can drain onto the lungs. And that actually got a lot of views. If you haven't seen that, I put it up right here. Check it out.